All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is an absolutely fantastic day because we have the newest safe box in front of us right here. This has fingerprint access. I have a laptop case on the top of it because my address label, but we're going to get right on into it and show you all the cool features. Before we do, after watching this video, if you are interested in this exact safe, top link in the description box right below the video is going to be this safe where you guys can read more about it and pick it up yourself after the video is done. Again, top link in the description box below. Let's slice this box open. Get this out, see what we got inside. Alrighty, very well packaged. Instructions, batteries, keys. Looks like a small USB to USB-C. Put that out of the way for right now, and let's get this out. All right, let's go ahead and show you the safe here. We're gonna go ahead and look at the front and back of it here in just a second. I do wanna show you the door here. Let me cover up my serial number right there, and that is the bottom right below the access point right there. Okay, so really cool. I've already set it up. Underneath this little flap right here is gonna be the key for your emergency key. So for some reason, if there's a malfunction, you have to turn that all the way over, and then that one comes down. Let me do that again for you here. This one comes all the way over, that comes down, and then it opens up right there. And as you can see here, we do have a top shelf right here. Sorry, it's a little dark in there, but we have a top shelf, and we'll stack some things in here so you can kind of see the volume of it. It does come with a little carpet, and you remove that carpet there, and that is your 4 holes where you would put that into wood. It does come with concrete sinkers, as we can see right here, for 1, 2, 3, and 4. There is a little notch that's already cut out for this precise little area here. Then the carpet lays flat there. It also comes with a fireproof bag right here. So that's what that looks like there. And then the inside of the bag, little flame resistant, tardant, fireproof little bag. You can put something in there and put that on your top shelf there. All right, coming around to the inside of the door here, we have ourselves our little slide function right here. I've already put in my batteries. Your reset button is right there for your functions. Kind of hard to see with the light on, but there is a small LED light right there as we can see. And that is on the interior portion right there. It doesn't stay on too long, but it does function when you do first open up the door. All right, here's our lock mechanisms right here. We have 1, 2, and 3, as we can see right there, and it is locked because I closed it. So if you do that before you do close it, then you need to insert your key, and then now we're locked there. So we'll put back that little tab right there. And here's our fingerprint scanner right here. We'll get to that in just a second here. Here's our nice keypad right here. Let me just show you. The keys don't really light up. I don't see anything when I cover my hand over it, but you have it right here. Now you can see how there's some sound there. And this display is really nice. You can turn off the keypad sound if you want it totally silent. When you push these buttons, it won't make any noise. With that, it's just 1 and pound, and then now we're not getting anything right there. Again, you hit 1 first, then pound, and if you do this, you just have to let it say error, and you do have to be careful with entering in the wrong codes. If you enter in the wrong codes 3 consecutively, then a buzzer will sound. Let's see if we can do this. This would be 3 times. So, error. We might have to hit pound, error. Okay, there we go. So now we're getting a beeping, and the beeping is not that loud, but it is beeping. Go ahead and put in the master key. Now it's a lot louder when the safe is open, as we can hear right there. And again, that's only for 20 seconds. I won't do it, but if you input the code wrong 6 times in a row, it will do that for 5 minutes. I'm gonna turn back on the pound. There we go there. So now it just beeped. Realize that it's back on. And again, if you have to open this in an emergency, take your key. So make sure that these are safely somewhere else, right? Away from your safe. Again, no matter what, you can get into your safe in an emergency with your emergency keys. All right, let's activate the vibration alarm. So 0 pound, alert on. Okay, so when you do close it up, do 0 pound, now the vibration alarm is on. So we're gonna test this for external impact. So let's just say, someone's trying to break into your safe. Let's see if we can, there we go. Yeah, that's a pretty good alarm. Very nice. But that alarm is actually really good. And then obviously a lot longer. Let's see if it will go off when I input the right code, but let me do that off camera. Yep, Okay, so I inputted the right code and then that alarm went off. And the instructions say 1 minute, that alarm will go off for 1 minute. And that's a pretty good alarm right there. Great feature. So when inputting the right code, I've already done this super easy. I'll do that in just a second here. But again, the directions are super easy. You hit the reset button inside here for inputting your fingerprint as well. And then setting the code. I'll let you guys do that with the instructions. Super easy. You close the safe by turning the handle up like that. And then once the handle is locked, you are good to go there. This safe supports 50 different fingerprints. You can set a master code and you can set user codes. It will say low battery right here when your batteries are running low. So you can change those out. But now let's show you the input here. And I'll cut this until it says open door. But you input your code. The code can be 3 to 8 digits for each user, or the master code as well, 3 to 8 digits. So let's do that now. Make sure you hit pound afterwards and it says open right here. And you actually hear it, but I didn't do it in time. So it turned off. So you have to open it up within a few seconds. It says open, and then you turn the handle down and it will open up the safe right here. So let's go ahead and close that. That's how you lock it right there. Now let me show you my fingerprint. This is really cool. So I've already done this with my thumb right there. Open. That's pretty cool right there. And let me show you. I've already tested it. Let me show you with this finger because I didn't do it. Nope. Has a little LED light around there right there. Shows that. So again, 3 non-code verifications or fingerprints, and you get that beeping right there. And then we go back to my thumb. Let me show you this. Blue to green. Kind of hard to see that, and then it opens up. So again, it'll go red when it's not. It will go blue to green. And then bada bing, bada boom. Let me just show you this. Blue to red, and no, green right there for my thumb. So cool. And I went with my thumb just because it's kind of awkward to do this. It's just easier to grab it like this and then have access, or sorry, let me get down a little lower. There we go. And wherever your thumb, I mean, my thumb is kind of big, so you got to make sure it's right there on there. Let me try that one more time. So instead of like up here, see, I got to go right where I inputted my fingerprint right there. So your thumb is kind of big, so if you scanned it like this, you got to input it like this. If you scanned it down here like this, you got to input it like this. That's a cool safe. Directions, again, don't say anything about lights on the keypad. That would be nice, especially if it is dark. If these lit up, but obviously that would probably take your battery juice a little bit more, but that would be cool if those lit up. All right, let's go ahead and load this sucker up and see what we can put inside here. Alrighty, I just put a bunch of random things in here, but this will give you an idea of what you could put in here in the space here. Up top, we got like a little ditty bag. You can put some jewelry in there, watches, gold chain, USB sticks. Coming down here, that is a 15.6 inch MacBook Pro, an older one at that. Put that out of the way. And we got a DJI camera. We got 2 cell phones. We got another bag of jewelry right here. We got a GoPro case. And there's your flame resistant flame bag right there with carpet again right here, as you can see. And we still have a bunch of room up top. Let me show you that 15.6 inch MacBook Pro. Can literally almost stand fully up like that if you wanted to put a laptop in your safe. Especially folks that have sensitive information, you crypto bros, you guys get what I'm saying. Anyway, a lot of good room in there. Oh, and I forgot to mention, but you have holes right here as well. And the next hole, this top plate does remove. Let's go ahead and just do that right now. And where are those other holes? Okay, they're way up there. So if you want to lay this in a ground as a ground safe, then you can do that as well. So you can mount it with your hardware this way or your hardware this way if you have that in a closet. But typically what these holes would be used for would be, I mean, you could do them all if you really want to. I'm just going to cover up my serial number with that USB stick. But this is the cool factor when it's like in the ground like that. And then you would type in your code, etc., and then just reach in like that there. But obviously you couldn't really stand things like up that direction. It's just different. It would be more room like this. Now, again, that top shelf does remove. And this direction, you got a lot more room to stack things up like this you can see right here. So folks, overall, cool safe, definitely cool features. Probably the coolest thing would be the thumbprint right there. Opening that up super quick like with the thumbprint. Stash your goods, a good amount of room, not over the top large, not too small either. And just looking at the safe, here is the left side, just your plain steel. Coming to your right side, same thing. And then the back, you have your mounting holes as well as the bottom. And if you are wondering, the full specs will be in the listing, linked in the description box below. But the safe overall isn't too heavy. So put the proper mounting hardware in it. And when I mean by not too heavy, it's, you know, not like 50 pounds, but it definitely feels pretty beefy, but it's not like over the top beefy, if that makes sense. That's a big thumbs up in my book. Once again, if you want to get your hands on it, top link in the description box right below the video. Right here in the description box will be this exact same safe. But just like all my videos, please don't go into debt for anything I am making a video about. But if you do have the cash and it does intrigue you, please go ahead and purchase on away. If you wouldn't mind hitting that thumbs up button on your way out, it does help the channel. Also subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, DIY house remodel projects, tech reviews, and more. Once again, top link in the description box below will be your link. My name's Chris. I will see you on the next video.